A damp night by the River Taff, but once more the Arms Park has been transformed into the ideal football setting. And for Hednesford Town, this is by far and away the greatest day in their 112-year history. But if Cardiff City can fulfil their role as overwhelming favourites, then it'll be Roger Gibbins who lifts the trophy, something he's rather anxious to do. The captain has been a servant to Welsh club football for 11 seasons now with Cardiff, Newport and Swansea, but has never won this competition. This could be his best chance yet as he leads a Cardiff side which is at full strength. Defender Jason Perry has recovered from chickenpox, and this could be a sentimental occasion for 37-year-old goalkeeper Roger Hansbury, who retires as a full-time pro tonight after 20 years serving 10 league clubs. Well, while Cardiff have Pike and Dale with over 50 goals between them, Hednesford of the Beezer Homes League possess O'Connor and Burr, who can boast more than 60. Indeed, O'Connor scored in both legs of the semi-final win over Colwyn Bay. Righteous White and Kevin Collins have both appeared at Wembley in finals of the FA Vase and FA Trophy, so should not be daunted by these surrounds. Well, like the two teams, FIFA referee Howard King is making his first appearance at the Arms Park. He has, though, taken charge of 2 Welsh Cup finals before, but back in the dark ages when they were two-legged affairs. Howard King from Merthyr. So Cardiff City get us underway in their quest for tangible reward from a season which has so far delivered less than it's promised. They missed out, of course, on promotion from the 4th Division. And let's not forget the experimental offside law in the competition this season. A player can't be offside if the ball is played to him from within his own half of the field. And certainly Hednesford have been excellent exponents of that rule in the competition so far. This is Cohen Griffith turning it on for Cardiff. Pike is being marshalled by Freeman. And that's a great turn by Chris Pike. And the first corner of the game goes to Cardiff City inside the first couple of minutes. Chris Pike on 28 goals for the season so far. So it's the captain, Roger Gibbins, to curl over the corner for Cardiff City. Abraham's up there, and a header from Gareth Abraham just off target, and maybe Chris Pike rather got in his way there, the 2 Cardiff players both going for the same ball. But a nicely played corner from Roger Gibbins. The goalkeeper thought about coming, changed his mind, and Gareth Abraham just off target. Forward by Collins. A lucky ricochet, and Burr turns it on towards Turley, but Damon Searle is there. Blake. And Kevin Foster is across to concede the throw. Carl Dale being tracked by Foster. Support from Searle. And still Searle, Gibbins, Dale, and a great chance for Chris Pike, who couldn't quite stretch far enough as the cross was swept in by Carl Dale. Chris Pike just a couple of inches too short, and he couldn't quite get studs to the ball, which surely was all he needed. But Damon Searle loves to force his way forward from the left-back position. He caused the danger initially, but a let-off in the end for Hednesford. This is Dale Rudge, former Wolves player with league experience. O'Connor almost gets in there behind Bellamy, and that could be a penalty. They're looking at the referee, Howard King, who shakes his head. And that did look as though it might have been a foul by Roger Hansbury, almost let down by hesitation in front of him by the man on loan from Wolves, Gary Bellamy. Rudge with a clever ball forward. Bellamy unsure of his positioning here. He was beaten by O'Connor, and Roger Hansbury can consider him fortunate not to be facing a spot kick. That could fall for Walsh. And O'Connor. And Burr with a shot, and that has just dipped wide of the far post. Steve Burr trying his luck from just outside the penalty area. The man with 32 goals this season certainly has an eye for the target. And Roger Hansbury relieved because he was slightly out of position. It was Walsh who won the ball first of all. Abraham failed to intercept. Perry was beaten in the challenge. And Burr a little unlucky. Oh, an excellent turn by Turley. And now it's O'Connor. Still O'Connor. He beats Searle. O'Connor towards the far post, and Burr, who wins the header, and the ball is only just over the crossbar. A matter of inches in it, and all the best chances in the first half so far have fallen to Hednesford, and the alarm bells must be ringing now surely for Cardiff City. Hesitancy again at the back, and Burr won that with ease against Jason Perry in the air, and Damon Searle was shrugged off the ball too by O'Connor, and Roger Hansbury again under threat. Let's see what Jason Perry can do. Pike, Griffith, back to Pike. This is better from Cardiff City. Oh, but Pike loses it momentarily. Perry in support. This is Dale. And that's a corner to Cardiff City. Carl Dale busy as ever, but the Cardiff City front line not functioning properly at the moment. Away by Freeman. Gibbons turns it back, looking for Abraham. But no panic there from Hednesford. That is cool football under pressure. This is Burr. And White. And Burr. Excellent football from the part-timers. Burr into the penalty area. And away by Jason Perry. Well, Steve Burr really enjoying the surrounds here. And posing a constant threat. Burr again, looks for a free kick, but instead that's comfortable for Roger Hansbury. Pike underneath that one, looks for Dale, who turned ever so well and could score here for Cardiff City, and he has! In truth, it's totally against the run of play, but the Pike-Dale partnership works again, and Carl Dale, ever so alert inside the penalty box. You can't allow him an inch of space, and he took full advantage to score on the half hour. So route one for Cardiff City. Hansbury, Pike gets the better of Foster, and that was an excellent turn and control under pressure from Dale, and despite the best efforts of the goalkeeper Paul Hayward, who did all he could, Carl Dale showed composure to strike it with his right foot on the slide, and Cardiff City lead by 1-0. And let's face it, they're rather fortunate to do so. Sure, Coach Eddie May will have plenty to say at half-time despite the scoreline, because this hasn't been a very good Cardiff City performance so far. This is Dale. And Searle. And Pike is onside. Remember the experimental law, but the goalkeeper beats him to it. Paul Hayward needed to be very quick there. And here come Hednesford. Burr pushes it forward. Looks for O'Connor. This is Turley. Gets beyond Bellamy. But Burr has to chase out to this near side and is beaten to the ball by Jason Perry. But it is a throw to Hednesford. Rudge. White. Freeman. Abraham under this one, but beaten in the air by Knights, and Hansbury has to punch. Burr. And did that take a deflection? No, it didn't. Goal kick. And Steve Burr certainly thought that was a corner, and Roger Hansbury thought the defending should have been just a little bit better. So Roger Hansbury very unhappy with the quality of some of the defending in front of him, and forced a punch clear. Collins looking for Knight. Abraham. Perry. Burr battling in midfield. It took both Gibbins and Ramsey to stop him. And this is Searle. Walsh. O'Connor. Knight. Abraham with a miss kick, and here's a chance for O'Connor. The ball held up for him. He gets it across the face, and there was Terry Knight stretching. Couldn't quite get there. But O'Connor with mazy skills. Again, spread-eagling the Cardiff defences. Gary Bellamy unable to cope there. A very smart turn, and Knight caught off guard perhaps in the middle. Perhaps the Hednesford centre-forward will reflect on this and feel that maybe he should have made contact as the ball came across. Away by Foster. Perry telegraphed that, and away by Collins. Now then, Chris Pike and Roger Gibbins on the overlap. Good run by the captain, and Blake had to stretch for the header and couldn't get it down. But to be fair, Nathan Blake got into a very good forward position there. Just trundling forward there, Nathan Blake, and then the burst of speed. Cohen Griffith tries to hold off Kevin Collins and indeed wins a free kick for Cardiff City. So a chance in the final seconds of the first half for Cardiff City to try and snatch a second goal, which really would be an injustice. And Nathan Blake will deliver the cross, bent towards the far post. In there is Bellamy, but the ball had already floated behind for the goal kick. Bellamy, a useful presence to have at the far post, the tall player on loan from Wolves. So both Pike and Bellamy at the far post, and Bellamy ran out of space. So that's half-time, and Cardiff City can certainly feel a very fortunate side. Carl Dale scoring for them just before the half hour, his 28th goal of the season. But in truth, Hednesford have created the better opportunities, and Steve Burr has twice come very close to scoring for the non-league outfit. At half-time, though, it's 1-0 to Cardiff City, the favourites. So underway in the second half, Cardiff City no doubt hoping their superior fitness tells over these next 45 minutes and that they have a more comfortable ride. Both teams in the first half had one or two problems with the length of the grass, and due to it raining throughout half-time, the surface could become increasingly slippy. Cardiff then attacking the River Taff end, all in blue. And this is Carl Dale, scorer of the goal in the first half, and Gibbins. Dale. And Gibbins, intelligent run forward, and Cohen Griffith coming in at the back post, and he clattered into Kevin Collins, not before Collins had headed the ball away under pressure from Griffith, and that was a nasty bang taken by the Hednesford captain. Roger Gibbins moving forward powerfully, excellent defending, and Griffith followed through with his shoulder, and that probably did the damage. He needed to go for the ball, of course, Collins, and Griffith into the back of his head, it seemed. And a nasty blow. The miscue by Freeman, and this is Pike. Rudge needs to hurry, gives it away, and is helped out in the end. And Rudge has it again. Ramsey. Griffith let it run to Pike. Ramsey, Griffith, looks for Dale at the back post. But that runs free to Walsh and Turley and Burr. This is excellent football from Hednesford. Collins. But it breaks down again. Has Carldale got the pace here? Pike comes to the near post and headed away by Foster. Back in by Perry. So Cardiff pressing in the early stages of the second half, knowing that a second goal could well seal it. Dale playing a little bit wide in the early part of this half, and he wins the corner. Carldale now level with Chris Pike with 28 goals for the season. And Damon Sir will take the corner. Gary Bellamy on the near post. It's curled in towards Abraham, and it almost fell for Chris Pike. But he saw his life flash before him there. And Gareth Abraham with the first touch just took it away slightly from Chris Pike. But the corner was very well flighted. Away by Rudge, only as far as Jason Perry. Carldale. This is Cohen Griffith. Picked out ever so well by Dale. Still Griffith. Blake. Roger Gibbons. Well away by Freeman. Ramsey. Blake. Still Blake. Delayed too long there, Nathan Blake, but Dale is in there. This is O'Connor, twists and manages to get in a shot under pressure from Abraham. So the threat still there all the time from these effervescent Hednesford front runners. O'Connor and Burr still trying to carve something out up front. And he just lost his balance, but still managed to hook in the shot. And that was well won in the air in the first place by Terry Knight. Burr. O'Connor. Burr. Bellamy. Only as far as Turley. That's intelligent play. Burr's in there. It eludes him and Knight. Gibbons. Burr. Rudge made that his. And Collins and Walsh, lots of support for Hednesford. Certainly the crowd from Staffordshire beginning to build up the noise. And Hednesford manager John Baldwin must be a little bit frustrated at the moment, but perhaps he still senses his side can snatch the equaliser. Here comes Roger Gibbons after the slip by Freeman. Gibbons going forward, and he's pulled down by Foster. Foster felt he got a touch of the ball there. But he obviously caught the shin of Roger Gibbons as well. So Roger Gibbons in full flow towards the edge of the penalty area, and, well, he might just have touched the ball, but he certainly took Gibbons as well. Surely there can be not too much of an argument about the award of the free kick, though Foster is putting his case. And Hednesford needing to do some defensive organisation. Carldale on the end of the wall. And Pike is to strike the free kick perhaps, or maybe Ramsey. It is Pike. Gibbons. And that's cleared off the line as the shot came in from Dale. Now it's Blake, and that's over the top of the crossbar. So Carldale almost sniffing out his second goal of the match. the goal which might have settled this all-bright bit of Welsh Cup final. But Cardiff, the North Walian, after this clever free-kick manoeuvre, something off the training ground that almost managed to force it in, but the goalkeeper was down to clear it away with his foot. And that really the best save of the match so far, produced by Paul Hayward. Ramsey, and this is Blake. That's a clever turn. Griffith unable to capitalise, but this is Perry, and Pike is in there. Rudge with the acrobatics. Ramsey, oh, he delayed all night, but here's Blake. Oh, that's a tremendous effort from Nathan Blake, out of nothing. Paul Ramsey lost concentration, but the ball still fell for Nathan Blake, and Nathan Blake produces a little bit of magic, tees it up, left-footed drive, and the goalkeeper might not have got there. Well, Ramsey in dreamland, but not so Nathan Blake. A vicious shot, worthy of a goal. And this is Blake, brought down there perhaps by Knight, but the referee waves away any protestations, and to be truthful, there weren't many from Cardiff City players. And Roger Hansbury takes his time. Just 20 minutes left as a full-time professional footballer, Roger Hansbury. So Cardiff City about to make a substitution with some 20 minutes remaining. Paul Miller, the former Port Vale striker, is about to come on. He's had a season dogged by injury, but will relish this chance to play in the cup final. Owen Griffith, who took a knock a few moments ago, was forced to make his exit. And at the same time, Steve Snaith is on for Hednesford, midfield player. So Snaith on in place of the fullback White, and Miller on for Cardiff. Bellamy with a free kick. Abraham, Miller, and that shot is deflected just wide. Almost a goal with his first touch. Paul Miller, the big striker, sniffing out the opportunity from the edge of the penalty area, and the deflection took it away from the goalkeeper. The header down by Foster, and the deflection also off Foster, and the goalkeeper was groping. Gibbons, it's a good angle for the cross, but maybe needed more height on it. Turley presents it to Blake, a dangerous thing to do. Here comes Blake with his left foot, and got underneath it. He was having his shirt tugged inside the penalty area there, but he still managed to manoeuvre into a shooting position. Nathan Blake certainly had the right idea, going directly for goal after the loose clearance by Turley. He took on Dale Rudge, and there Rudge was tugging at his shirt, but he leant back too far. This is Ramsey and Pike. Ramsey, and this is Snaith, and that's a great ball towards Burr, but it just gathered pace off the greasy pitch and ran away for the goal kick. But there they were trying to exploit the offside law by playing the ball long from inside their own half of the field. Eddie May knows his team are just 5 minutes away from lifting the Welsh Cup. The official man of the match, the very busy Carl Dale, the man who scored the goal after half an hour, the goal by which Cardiff City lead Hednesford 1-0. O'Connor. Still Hednesford have thoughts of maybe forcing extra time. But now it's a free kick to Cardiff City for the foul on Paul Miller. Nathan Blake getting involved, and it's Collins, the captain, who committed the offence. There was Miller trying to turn and taken from behind by Kevin Collins. Nathan Blake now. Will he stretch his legs? He does. And that will be cleared surely by Rudge. Impressive player, Dale Rudge. Perry finds Ramsey. Ramsey plays it forward straight onto the head of Collins, though. And this now is Roger Gibbins. Curls it down the line, but Carl Dale is caught offside, and that's one of the very few offside flags we've had in the game. Just 2 minutes remaining, and Gary Gill is going to get a taste of the Arms Park atmosphere. The Cardiff City substitute, signed from Darlington just before the transfer deadline, and he replaces the Cardiff City captain, Roger Gibbins. Roger Gibbins, who's hoping to collect the cup in a couple of minutes. Come Cardiff again. Carl Dale this time brushed aside by Mark Freeman. Ramsey turned on by Foster inside the final minute. Jim Brown has come on as a second substitute for Hednesford, but here come Cardiff on the break with Perry and Dale. Hednesford pulling men back all the time. Perry thrusting forward, and Pike inside the final minute. Gary Gill with his first touch. Bellamy, Blake. Cardiff just keeping the ball, satisfied with 1-0, and they've been given a really tough fright by this very solid-looking Hednesford side, who've shown a fair measure of skill as well. Well, it'll need a long clearance now from Paul Hayward. That'll be a throw to Hednesford. And maybe their last throw of the dice. Forward by Rudge. Ramsey. And Gill, and this will be a free kick to Hednesford for the foul on Burr by Damon Searle, so maybe their last opportunity into injury time at the end of the 90 minutes. Cardiff City and Eddie May just moments away from capturing the Albright Glitter Welsh Cup. But Eddie May knows that Cardiff have conceded a lot of goals this season from set pieces. And the free kick is to be taken by Dale Rudge. Played it in low. And Snaith, the substitute, was lining up a shot. But that is the final action. And Cardiff City can celebrate the end of a long season. Disappointment in the 4th division. They couldn't quite make the promotion playoffs, but they have captured the Albright Glitter Welsh Cup for only the 2nd time in 15 years. But sympathy for Hednesford and their supporters, because they made the trip here from Staffordshire and gave a very fine account of themselves. beaten by just the one goal scored in the first half by man of the match, Carldale. Cardiff City 1, Hednesford Town 0. Roger Hansbury signing off at the end of an illustrious professional career in the grand manner. The Cardiff City goalkeeper who kept a clean sheet in his final full-time professional game. So this is the moment Roger Gibbins has been waiting for. 11 years a footballer with Welsh clubs, and at long last he's going to get his hands on that prestigious piece of silverware. The Albright Bitter Welsh Cup, presented now by Brian Blake, Managing Director of Welsh Brewers. Roger Gibbins has the cup, congratulated there by the Cardiff City Financial Controller, Rick Wright. There's the cup, that's the passport into European football. And that's a nice smile from Roger Gibbins. Cardiff City have won the 1992 Welsh Cup. And no one is happier than Roger Gibbins.
Well, Carl, that was a fantastic night, and the atmosphere was really tremendous, wasn't it?
Yeah, our supporters have turned out in force again. They've been absolutely brilliant all year, and the result tonight is for the supporters, really. They've been brilliant.
And you got the icing on the cake, the man of the match?
Yeah, I was just pleased to score. I mean, at the end of the day, 1-0, we're happy with that. Well, and hopefully we can do well in Europe next year. Well,
the goal was enough. We can have a look at that, Carl. Perhaps you can take us through it.
Well, I can't remember this bit, to be honest. I can remember the ball being knocked in. We'll just have to wait and see for that. I think it's come through from Chris Pike. Yeah, he's flicked it on. I just thought I'd hook it over, but I've slipped there. I've seen the keeper coming out and I've just hit it. It's gone through his legs. I thought at first it might just go over the bar, but hit the back of the net. Brilliant.
Now you're level on goals with Chris Pike, 28 each. You're going to have to wait till next season to sort it out.
I think that's the best way for it to finish. I'm quite happy with that. Chris said to me after the game, well, we've ended up the same, and I'm quite happy ending up the same, to be honest.
Lovely. Consolation, I suppose, for missing out on promotion, but this is the night to remember.
Yeah, like I say, we've done it for our supporters, really. They've been brilliant all year, and just made up for them.
Really well done, Carl.
Thank you very much.
Well, Eddie, you've had a smile on your face for the last hour and a half. That really was some night, wasn't it? Yeah,
it just about capped a good season, really. I just wish we'd have got promotion, Alan, but it wasn't to be. But we finished up with a trophy, and that's a thank you to the fans, really, because they've been magnificent all season, and I'm just glad we could give them something at the end.
Tell us a bit about this Barmy Army of yours.
I don't know. I mean, for some reason, I mean, they seem to have taken to me, and I mean, I love them, and I mean, they've made my first season very encouraging, and I've enjoyed it. It's a great club, great crowd, and I hope that I'm here for a few years.
Have you got the formula now, Eddie, to go on and make a mark in Europe?
I think, you know, I'm going to sort of look at the situation next week and my retain list and things like that. But maybe 4 or 5 players are going to come in just to strengthen the squad. Also, I think that will help us in Europe, and the people I get in will have a bit of quality.
But this has been a night for you that you won't forget in a hurry.
No, it's been a great night for me, and I just like to say Hednesford, I thought, you know, they give everything and they battled well, and John Baldwin should be proud of them. I thought they give us a hard game tonight.
Lovely. I think you've earned your refreshment.
Thanks very much.